Hey y'all. So today's objective is one variable statistics. This is the beginning of our statistics unit, and the word variable is going to mean a little bit different, mean something different than what you're used to. So here are your vocabulary words. Pause it, copy these down. Data, a collection of info in context. Population, a set of individuals that we wish to describe or make a prediction about. So that's the population, that's the whole thing. Since you can't talk to a whole population, you have to take a sample, a subset of the population. An individual is a member of the population. And a variable, what we mean when we're talking about statistics, a variable is a characteristic recorded about the individual in the data set. So the variable is like that thing that we're testing, or that characteristic that we're taking data on. That's what we want to know about. Oops, I fell on my chair. So get the info. All right, two types of variables. So there are two types of characteristics. There's categorical data. There's categorical data, and it's a variable that records qualities or characteristics. Underline the word records. Things like eye color, gender, that records. Eye color, gender, brands of things.
Good afternoon. This is last call for today's receipt of money. Last call for today's money.
And so those are things you can record, are categorical. Quantitative is a variable that measures a characteristic, like height, weight, or age. It actually measures something. So things that, like eye color is brown, you can't measure that, but if you're 12, 13, 14, you can measure the age. And so you have categorical or quantitative, and we're going to work mostly with quantitative data. Another word for categorical might be qualitative, like the quality, and this is going to be quantity, quantitative data. All right, so example 1, determine if the data is categorical or quantitative. So you're just going to either put a C or Q if the data is quantitative or categorical. So number 1, brand of vehicle. So the brands of vehicle, Honda, Toyota, Mazda, whatever the brand of vehicle is, can you measure it or can you just record it? And so if you can only record it, it would be categorical. It doesn't change. If you buy a Toyota, it stays a Toyota. It doesn't change. The price of a CD, the price of a CD. So the question is, does that measure or does that record? And the price is immeasurable, so that would be quantitative. The price of a textbook, same type of thing. The price of a textbook is quantitative. The gender of a baby born. So if you go to the hospital and you're taking some data samples of the babies born, do you record what type of baby's born, or do you measure the type of baby and you record it? Because this would be categorical. The weight of coffee in a bag. So if you go to the store and you buy coffee in a bag and you put it in a bag and you weigh it, the weight would be quantitative. Quantitative, because the weight could change depending on how much you put in the bag. So
Mr. Shealy, please call room 208. Mr. Shealy, if you're still in the building, please call room 208. Thank you.
UT stands for U-try. So pause it, U-try 6 and 7, and then press play when you're ready. U-try, height of a 7-year-old, and zip code of classmates. So the height of 7-year-olds and the zip codes for your classmates. So think about, can you measure it, and do the things change or do they stay the same? Alright, so the height of 7-year-olds, depending on what type of 7-year-old is, they can have different heights, and so that would be measured. So this would be quantitative because you can measure it. And zip codes, think about the students in your class. Throughout the year, I mean, unless you move, but let's say you stay in the same house. Is the zip code going to change? No. A zip code is not a measurement. A zip code is actually part of like the address, and it's recorded data, so this is categorical. If you said quantitative, I totally understand why you said quantitative, because you think numbers. A zip code just records where you live. It doesn't measure. Okay, describing data. So there's two ways to describe data. Graphically, with a histogram, dot plot, or box and whisker plot. or numerically with measures of center and measures of spread. So measures of center are the mean and median. You've done that since elementary school. The measures of spread are the range, the IQR, the MAD, mean absolute deviation, and the standard deviation. So the standard deviation is going to be new for you this year. All right? And then the ways we describe the data are 4 ways you describe data: shape, center, spread, outliers. And there are 4 different ways to describe the shape. You have symmetrical, where it seems like it looks the same on both sides. Symmetrical. Uniform means everything's pretty much the same. Like you could draw a line and all the values are about the same. That's uniform. Skewed left looks like this, where the big part is to the right. That's because these are the small values. That means there's outliers right here. Skewed left means the tail is on the left. Skewed right means the tail is on the right. So don't get those confused. Skewed left means the tail's on the left. Skewed right means the tail's on the right. And then you've got some information about center, spread, and outliers. These are pretty self-explanatory, so I want you to pause, copy it down, and then we're going to work with this later.